You know that feeling? Staring at a blank screen, maybe your fingers just hovering. You've got this really important letter to write.
Hmm.
Could be anything, right? A complaint, a big request, maybe even saying sorry for something. And you just know everything depends on getting it. Well, getting it perfect. The tone, the message.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly common struggle, isn't it? That pressure to get it right.
Totally. Sometimes it's just maddening. So today we're doing a deep dive. We want to help you master clear, impactful writing. Writing that gets the tone spot on.
And we're drawing some really practical insights from a pretty structured world, the IELTS General Training Letters.
Right. Now, even if you've never heard of IELTS, it's this big global English test. But the key thing is the way they break down letter writing. It offers these fantastic universal lessons for absolutely anyone who needs to write effectively. Think of it as a shortcut.
Exactly. That's the mission today. We're going to unpack the specific building blocks and maybe more importantly, those subtle shifts in tone that can, well, make or break your message. Doesn't matter who you're writing to.
Yeah.
The goal is to give you a really clear, usable framework so you can craft letters that actually work, that get your point across just how you mean it. It's not just what you say, but how.
Okay, so that blank page. The outcome is hanging in the balance. Where do you even start? Well, it turns out there's a kind of blueprint. Surprisingly simple, actually.
A foundational framework.
Yeah, 7 essential parts. Works for pretty much any effective letter. So, first up, the greeting.
Obvious, but essential.
Right. Then paragraph 1. This is where you state your purpose clearly, and you tackle the first main point you need to cover.
Sets the stage.
Then paragraph 2. This is for the details, the facts. Corresponds to your second point. After that, paragraph 3, this focuses on the outcome, what you want to happen, and it ties into your third point.
Purpose, detail, outcome.
Hmm.
The core.
Exactly. Then, after the main body, you need an ending. Just a short concluding sentence. Then the sign-off.
Like yours sincerely or best regards, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And finally, your name. Now, what's kind of reassuring is that parts 1, 5, 6, and 7, greeting, ending, sign-off name, you can often pretty much memorize those.
Gives you a solid start every time.
Right. The main variable there is the ending that really needs to fit the specific situation, what you're actually asking for or saying.
And, that structure provides the what, but the why behind the letter really shapes things too.
Mm-hmm.
Our sources mention, I think it's 11 different types or functions of letters.
11, okay.
Yeah, things like giving advice, apologizing, explaining something, requesting action, persuading someone,
Complaining, offering.
thanking, suggesting, expressing a feeling, inviting. You get the idea. Each one kind of colors the content within that 7-part structure.
That makes sense. The skeleton's the same, but the purpose changes the feel. Like a complaint letter just has a different energy than a thank you note, even if they follow the same basic layout.
Spot on.
Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's talk about the real core. Those 3 main paragraphs. Purpose, detail, and outcome. Getting these right is, well, it's critical, isn't it?
Absolutely fundamental. So paragraph 1, the purpose. You have to state a clear purpose right at the start. No ambiguity. And it needs to directly address whatever that first key point is.
Sets the context immediately.
Hmm.
Got it. And then paragraph 2, the detail paragraph. You said factual.
Yes. Lay it all down as factually as possible. Like you're presenting evidence, no emotion, no opinion creeping in here.
I can see how that's important. I mean, I've definitely read emails where someone's frustration just bleeds into the facts and it kind of undermines their whole point.
And that's exactly why objectivity is key there.
Hmm.
You have to respect the recipient, always. Which means, quite explicitly, avoiding any personal attitude.
Right.
Just the neutral details. Let the facts do the talking. It builds your credibility, keeps the focus on the issue itself.
Okay, that's clear. Now, paragraph 3, the outcome. This feels like where things can get tricky, especially with tone. This is where you're saying, here's what I want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so easy to sound, I don't know, demanding, a bit bossy, even when you don't mean to.
This is a really, really crucial insight we found. Using phrases like, I want you to, that direct command, it's generally seen as, well, too rough.
Too rough. Okay.
Especially in anything formal or even semi-formal. It can seriously damage your message's impact. It might even, in like an IELTS context, cap your score for how well you achieved the task.
Wow.
So the trick, and this is gold really, is to never use the word you in that third paragraph when you're talking about the action you want the recipient to take.
Never use you when asking for something.
Yeah.
That's going to feel unnatural for a lot of people, myself included. So if you avoid you, how do you ask for things? What are the safe ways?
Great question. There are basically two main strategies that work really well. The first is frame it as a question. So for a formal situation, instead of, I want you to look into this, you'd say, would it be possible to have someone from the bank look into this matter?
Much softer.
Exactly. Semi-formally, maybe. Would it be all right to have a repair person come by to look at the house damage and fix it?
Right.
Even informally, talking to a friend, can we maybe negotiate a price for the lost book, Marcy? It turns it into a collaborative thing, not an order.
That makes a huge difference. Okay, what's the second way?
The second approach is using a statement, but wrapping it in appreciative phrasing.
Ah, okay.
Like, I would appreciate it if someone could investigate this further, or I would be grateful if a repair person could assess the damage. Even informally, it would be great if we could negotiate a fair price. It shows respect, shows you value their effort, and honestly, it makes them much more likely to want to help.
That's really practical advice, and it ties directly into how your relationship with the person changes the whole style, doesn't it? The social context. Which brings us neatly to the differences. Informal, semi-formal, formal.
Precisely. Knowing your audience dictates the style. Let's break them down. So, formal. This is when you assume you haven't met the person. Think official bodies, big companies you don't know anyone at.
Right. The default for strangers in authority.
Exactly. The greeting is always, dear sir or madame, comma, after. The sign-off is, yours faithfully, again, comma, and you use your full name.
Got it. What about that short ending sentence before the sign-off?
Good point. For formal, typical endings might be things like, thank you for your consideration. Sometimes people add, with this matter, or maybe, I hope this will be acceptable. Or looking ahead, I look forward to hearing from you soon, or to your response, or to receiving your reply. Keeps that professional distance.
Okay. Makes sense. What about semi-formal?
Semi-formal is when you maybe have met but you don't know them well, or it's a known professional contact.
Like your landlord, maybe. Or a professor.
Exactly. Or a colleague you're not close with. Here, the greeting uses their name. Dear Mr. Smith or Dear Mrs. Jones, comma, after. The sign-off is yours sincerely, comma, again, and still use your full name.
And the typical ending.
Often something straightforward like, I look forward to your response. It bridges formality and a slight familiarity.
Right. Okay, last one. Informal.
This is easy. It's for friends and family, people you know well. Greeting is just, Dear Mary, or Hi John, whatever feels natural, followed by a comma.
And the sign-off. Lots of options here, I bet.
Loads. Love, your friend, see you around, lots of love, all the best, usually followed by a comma or even a semicolon, depending on the exact phrase. And critically, first name only.
First name only. Key difference. And the ending.
Often something simple like see you soon or hope to hear from you. But again, the key for all these types, formal or informal, is that the ending sentence should somehow connect back to the action or outcome you discussed in paragraph 3.
Reinforces the point.
It keeps everything tied together.
So when you pull all this together, it really comes back to that central idea of tone, doesn't it? Tone being the attitude, the character of your writing.
Exactly.
And like we said, it really comes into play most strongly in that third paragraph, talking about the outcome, or maybe just in that shift from laying out the facts to asking for something.
That's where it's most crucial. And remember the consequence we talked about.
Yeah.
Using that rough tone, like, I want you to.
Yeah. Automatic penalty almost.
It can really undermine everything else you've done well. A letter with the right tone.
Yeah.
It respects the person you're writing to. It lowers their defenses. It kind of invites collaboration. It's not just about ticking boxes for a test.
No, it's about actually getting things done effectively, respectfully, in the real world.
Precisely.
So this whole deep dive, it really shows that understanding these structures, these subtle rules about tone, it gives you a real advantage, not just for exams, but for any time you need to communicate clearly and respectfully. Knowing how to phrase that request gently or how to just state the facts without getting emotional, it's empowering. These little details, they're actually massive when it comes to successful communication.
And maybe here's something to think about after we finish up. How could consciously using these ideas, focusing on respect, clarity, phrasing requests carefully, how could that change not just your emails or letters, but maybe even how you talk to people?
Interesting.
In professional situations, sure. but even personally. Think about how these seemingly small choices in how we communicate actually reflect and even shape our relationships. Whether it's written down or spoken out loud, it makes you think, doesn't it?